coming next. And talking about anthems we haven't heard before, we'll hear the German one later. We've heard the Greek one last night with the Israeli one last night. And shortly we'll hear the anthem for Bosnia and Herzegovina, because Lana Pudar swam that 200 like the coaches tell you not to. She just went for broke. And so her time was the 6th fastest in the world this year, and by far the fastest in Europe. And what a great thrill it must be for the 16-year-old. That's all she is, Lana Pudar, 16, to be standing on that medal podium. That smile will be as broad as anything you like. So Jens Christian Iversen, another of the technical delegates here, will be accompanied by Bruno Campanile. And there will obviously be a roar because there's another Italian receiving a medal. Ilaria Cusinato is the bronze medalist in the women's 200 meters butterfly. Well, she went in as the fastest qualifier, but she had to make do with second. It's not a bad return, though, is it, for Helena Bach of Denmark? And again, rare that this week they've got medals. In fact, that might be... Ooh, is it their second? So they haven't been on the podium very often. I think it might actually be their first. We'll check when we get to the medals table at the end, but... Helena Bach with the silver medal. But I've got to say, I have so much admiration for this young lady, 16 years of age. She absolutely obliterated her personal best as well. Here she is, the European champion in the women's 200 meters butterfly, Lana Pudar. And the world is her oyster. 2 years' time at the Olympics. You'll be fancying her for at least a final place. Can she take on Summer McIntosh? Can she take on Ali Flickinger? Can she take on Regan Smith? Can she take on Lizzie Deckers? We'll find out. She's ranked 10 in the world coming in now. Well, she's shot up with that time. Jumped above Laura Stevens and Dakota Luther as we hear the national anthem of Bosnia and Herzegovina. they weren't already, the world is starting to take notice of Lana Poudar. And if she swims it like that on a regular basis, it's going to be very exciting. I would not advise it. I don't think there's too many coaches who would advise to go absolutely flat out. I was sure that at some stage she was going to run out of gas, but she didn't. And she actually won that quite comprehensively with her best time ever, 2:06.81. 2:06.5 for Borglaka Kapash last year. World Championship won in a 3:05.2, so got a bit of time to find to match Summer McIntosh, but she's on the way. Obviously, McIntosh is about the same age, a little bit younger. But she was just unbelievably strong right to the end, and that last 50 will have hurt. Look at her face, she turns round. Yeah, well, she looks around, knows she's won it, and then she looks at the clock. Yes, I'm European champion. Yes, I am. I most certainly am. 2:06.81. Helena back in second place, and Ilaria Cusinato, another medal for Italy. They are racking them up after 200 fly. Right, we have two medley relays to conclude. Women's, then the men's. I haven't had a chance to digest even the lineups yet. Sweden will obviously have Scherström on the anchor for them, so that's an important thing to note. If they're in contention, she could power through. But the 100 champion for the Netherlands, Steenbergen's on the anchor leg for them. That last leg for the women.